3, 2, 1.
I think it's wonderful you named this after Arnold Miller. I mean, I've known Arnold for years, and I just can't. I can picture. Geez, we should have a picture of him on here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the funny part is just the thought of what he would think of this thing,
yeah.
because he would be completely.
He was like Andy Rooney. I mean, typewriter was the best thing to use.
Yep.
I mean, not a computer.
Well, we named the first one we named after him was 1.0, and then now this is obviously the 2.0 version.
2.0.
3.0 version. This is a hex.
Yeah.
The next version will be an
Now,
octocopter.
your next one, are you going to have the new system you're developing there that on top, the guards?
Absolutely, yeah. Because that's one of the things that
I thought
the
that
big
was the first
concerns.
one I've seen of these. Why don't they find some protection for that? And as you say, you found that not only the way to protect it, but it actually gives it more lift.
Right, and that's one of the big concerns the FAA has is the safety factor,
right.
and you know they're really not that heavy.
And people don't understand that because they see that little propeller and they think, well, that can't hurt anybody.
Right.
And
They will
don't
hurt.
understand if that thing hits them, it will.
Yep.
They see their child's helicopter and probably maybe cut their finger on it, but they have no idea what these would do to it.
Well, the technology's changing fast. They get stronger. They fly longer. The
How
lift is
high will
increasing.
this go?
Well, there's a difference between how high it can go and how high you're allowed to fly.
I know how high you're allowed to fly.
Right.
How high could it go?
This thing will fly outside of visual range.
And
It would disappear, and you would still have control over it. So you can put them out there.
The gimbal here just amazes me.
The gimbal is the best part of it.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have the
No, it's not
gimbal
on.
activated right
No,
now,
I
so
know.
it's just
I
kind of
see.
hanging there. But
It's just great.
it really does give you cinematic flight because as you're coming along, this thing it hangs in the air and there is no movement at
Now,
all.
if you can just figure a way to waterproof this whole thing.
Well, that's
So that
part of
you-
what we're doing. There's a whole new thing coming. We're building the ability to put a canopy right over the top of this thing.
Vacuum molds.
Yep. We'll vacuum mold it, put canopies on it, and then, for the most part, 1.0 hung up in a tree for several days, and then cleaned it up, brushed it off, and put it back up in the air. So they're already fairly close to being water resistant.
What kind? Now, you use this professionally as a photographer.
Right.
What reaction from the police are you getting?
Well, I'm really cautious about how I use it. I'm careful. I talk to them and the fire department before I put it up in the air. So
They know that you're going to do it, so they don't have objections.
Right.
But then the day is going to come when you're going to have a breaking story someplace where maybe they aren't going to want you being intrusive, and unfortunately, you got to do your job.
Absolutely right.
And you're going to have the ability here to do it. What's going to happen?
Right. That's when you do what you have to do, and then you deal with the consequences later.
right.
And that's when editors make the decision on whether they want to use it or not.
They have to earn their money finally.
Right. My goal is just to keep a good working relationship with police and fire.
I
And
understand that.
a lot of it is, they get to know who you are, and there's a
You
mutual
have less
respect.
problems here than you would with a larger department, someplace where you're anonymous to them.
Exactly. I think the biggest thing is that you look for the white hat on the scene. You talk to the chief and let them know you're putting it up. The biggest mistake people can make is just to take the drone and throw it up over somebody's scene
I'm
without
kind of
talking to them.
surprised you haven't been getting calls already from the law enforcement agencies asking for your assistance for this.
I think the day will come.
I'm sure.
Because one of my hopes for this thing is to be able to attach a rope to it.
Yeah.
This thing could be used for fast rescue in a water rescue situation. You could take this thing out to a victim. You can use your remote, drop the rope right to your victim with a life preserver, and instead of waiting for a half hour to get the fire rescue team out there, they're at least stabilized immediately.
Just
So
hundreds and hundreds of ways to use this.
absolutely.
Well, I'm grateful you guys give me your time to
Yeah.
look at this.
We need to get you up in the air.
Oh, yes.
This summer, whenever the weather gets better,
Absolutely
I'm gonna
right.
try, but
Get you up in the air.
you may see too much of me then. You maybe
Bring it on.
We'll never get
invited me
enough
out
of
here,
that.
believe
Can't
me.
get enough.
Can't
Nope.
get enough of that. You're a legend here.
Oh yeah.
So, well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad to
folks.
be been able to show it to you.
Your uncle's been bragging on you.